I thought I would do one more video. Me and my baby cat. My baby kitten. Yeah, the baby kitten. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. She's the type of cat, she likes to get on me. Yeah, who's that pretty girl? Who's that pretty girl? It's you. You're pretty. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. She looks like somebody kissed her on the mouth. She's very, very sweet. Yes. She took her time deciding. Oh. And that was fine. I would sit out on the porch um in a chair kind of like this, except it was plastic. And I would put her food under the chair and because she felt safe there. And she would get under the chair and she would eat. And I would just read to her just anything, junk mail, catalogs, I should have been reading the Bible, but I didn't. But yeah, just like that, just 10, 20 minutes a day, just sitting there talking to her, and then my hand just kind of hanging down because if I touched her when she ate, she would run like hell. She was so scared. You're so brave. Yes, you are. You gave me a chance, and I spayed you. I'm so sorry about that. It was difficult for her. She had a hard time. I couldn't take her to feral clinic. I had some cash, but no, I couldn't do much. So I arranged with a local vet that when I trapped her, I could bring her in immediately and they would hold her overnight and fast her and spay her the next day, which they did, but she was spicy. And they had to use a towel and stuff to wrap her up, and which I totally get. They have to protect themselves, and she was very very spicy, and she didn't react well to the anesthesia. She was so freaked out that the vet told me, I can't let this cat leave my facility. She was just so freaked out. So, they kept her overnight. They were worried she hurt her eye. I mean, I can only imagine. So, yeah, she's not a fan of the vet. So, but look at this face. Look at her. Look at how she's laying on me. And this is how we have done it, where she just, hi. Hi there, what's that? What's that? That's a telephone. It's a camera taking pictures of my pretty girl. But what I'm doing basically is, I don't know if you can see it, is that she is laying on my hand. The hand is not touching her in any way, except she's laying on the hand. So she feels safe. There it is. She feels safe. She's on the hand. She likes to be on the hand, laying on me, purring, very relaxed. Notice her butt is all the way down. Hi, sweetheart. And she doesn't mind if I pet her, but I'm not restraining her in any way. I would never do that. Not unless, like, the house was on fire and I had to get her out, that kind of thing. But you're a good girl. She's looking at me. Hi. You want more family time? You're going to have 1,000 followers. Yes, you will. So, this is what I think about when I'm at work and I'm coming home. That I get to come home to this and her brother, Mr. Coffee. Oh, that's a good way. That's a good way to do it. And look at that face. Look at that face. And she did not want me to touch her head for almost a year after she came to live with me. She wasn't like, I don't think her head was ever harmed. She was just, very, very, she'll let me like scratch her now. See where I'm scratching her at her scruff, but she was just very, very traumatized, very shy, very skittish. And everything I read online, I got Kitten Lady's book and everything, and said, oh, she's too old, just keep her outside. But my friend talked me into at least giving her a try in the house. And so after I spayed her, I brought her home and I let her go in the house. And she went and hid under the couch, which is up on legs. And she basically lived under the couch, at least when I was around, for a good month or so, I'd say, at least a month. And I could put like little tidbits down and she would eat them. But then she'd go back under the couch. And I had a rocking chair next to the couch, but poor Spotty was such an idiot. He was always laying down under the rockers, so I had to get rid of it. And he probably still would. And he one day, and he and his mom were sleeping with me. Also, Torby and Biscuit were in the bed, so I had 4 cats in my bed. And it's a queen bed, and it was just me because Ron and I always had separate bedrooms. And I woke up one day, and she was in the bed with me. So that was it. And she was purring and very friendly acting, and I gave her a pet, and she let me. And that was how a beautiful story was born. Yeah. So, Princess, I have something for your dining enjoyment. I'm sorry, oops, that's way too many treats. It's not a pork chop, but we're gonna do about, where is it? About that many treats. Okay. Here we go. Now, I signed a non-disclosure agreement at work that I can't, basically discuss a lot about work off the clock, with civilians, for lack of a better word. Our social media is monitored. The social media group is monitored, which makes sense, because if something is about to happen, you need to know about it. Like the Kima Walmart tonight had a bomb threat, so that's not good. But nothing, nobody was hurt, and the store was fine, everything. So I don't really talk much about what I don't talk much about what I do at work, because I have a stalker and I don't want her getting in my business again. I will say it is a stressful job. There's always, things I need to do, and I have to triage and figure out which is most important. And I have people who rely on me, coworkers. So to me, it's very important not to let them down. So, it's some pressure. And, when I get my break lunch and going in the break, you saw that? That stuck in my face. Oh, YouTube's going to censor me for that. But, that's her love language, is sticking that in my face. So, but I just love to watch my cat videos in the break room, whether it's my cats or other cats. Some of my favorite online cats are Sponge Cake, Donut, Buttercream. Love those cats. They all live together. Flounder and Fiki, Elsie. They have buttons and they can talk. Well, they talk. They speak our language. They speak their own language. Cats do, but they speak our language, and like stop. Go bed now, things like that. So, but the oh, sorry, long day. I got up at 8. It is after midnight. Um, so but it's my Friday night. So I don't Kitten Lady. The Kitten Lady stuff is fun. Also her husband, the cat photographer, Andrew. I just like to watch that kind of stuff online. Just very, very relaxing. So hopefully you enjoyed watching Cleo eat her treats. She is over here. I'm not. My brother does film work, and it's very apparent I don't. But there she is. She's a happy girl. She's a happy girl. Yes, she is. Yes, you are. So pretty. Who's pretty? Who's pretty? I always ask that of my girl cats. Who's pretty? Okay, alrighty. That's it.